What's up guys? In today's video, we're gonna be getting rid of our stock manifold for this Y8 manifold right over here. And behind us is a D17 engine, which makes this not a direct swap, but we're gonna do a few modifications to make this work. And if you saw the other parts of the turbo series, you would know that we have the turbo manifold, the turbo installed, even the oil feed line, we got the return line, and everything with this turbo build is almost done, but we still gotta do more stuff to make sure it's actually running good, because we were running it for a little bit, not the right way. We didn't have any vacuum lines set up, or our boost controller, or our boost gauge. So we wanna make sure all that gets in there, so we're running this car properly and we don't blow it up. One of the advantages of switching over to this manifold, since we have the turbo in there, we have this nipple right here that we can run our blow-off valve and our boost gauge to. So lots of more vacuum sources from this manifold than the stock one. And now we already got the stock manifold off, and I also took the valve cover gasket off as well, or not valve cover gasket, the valve cover. Seen some people leave it on there, but it makes it a lot easier if you just take the valve cover off, because you can reach all the way back there. And the first thing I made sure to do after buying this manifold was pick up some studs and nuts. A lot of people usually run the regular D16 Y8 studs, but when I bought the manifold, it didn't come with it, so I had to pick up these from Advanced Auto, M8 x 38 millimeter, because the stock studs right here are just way too long to be able to hook this manifold up over it, because this manifold sticks a little further back and it'll hit this. Luckily, I have my AC removed, so the lines aren't really a big issue. But yeah, you're not able to hook it over there if you have these long studs on there. So since I wasn't able to get the Y8 studs, this was the next best thing. And I already have 3 installed at the bottom, and then I'm just gonna use bolts for the top 2. And the first modification we're actually gonna be doing to make this manifold fit is to drill these holes out a little bigger. Now, the bottom 3 line up perfectly, but these top 2 are just a little bit off, not completely off. And I marked right here with some black marker what we need to drill off to make these holes bigger, and then the top 2 holes should line up as well on the back of the engine. So got our drill right here. We just need to find a battery, and then this will work good. And we're using a 21/64 drill bit to widen these holes out. And we also still have the stock manifold gasket on here. That's kind of what helped us line it up to see how much space we need to get these holes right. And our dad's gonna be drilling it so we don't mess it up. I did drill my oil pan for the oil feed line now. That looks too big of a bit.
Listen,
that's,
we already measured it. It fits the hole perfectly.
all right, so the holes are both cut. Now we just gotta blow all these holes out with some air, get all that metal out, and then we'll test fit it. Hopefully it works.
Good thing you're no stranger to blowing the holes out.
All right guys, so now we're doing the test fit. It already looks like it doesn't line up, so we might have to drill out a little more. All right, we're taking it off to drill it out more. If we need to do more, we need to do more. I mean, we definitely probably need to do more, but it's better to just do a little bit. But yeah, it definitely needs more. This side needed more, I feel like. Okay guys, so we just finished up drilling the holes. This was the final drill. As you can see, they're honestly not spaced out as much as I thought they were gonna be for them having to fit. So drilling the hole about this much out actually worked, and the bolts fit perfectly fine. So all this is set up and it can bolt to the head. But now we have to move on to making sure that we can get our D17 throttle body to fit on this flange, because it's not a direct fit, and these holes are pretty much more spaced out than the little D17 ones are. Also, the holes are a lot smaller as well.
It's a good thing you're used to big gaping holes. You can make it fit.
Yeah, even when there's a hole that doesn't work, I can make my own hole and make it work. Basically, it should go on there like this, right here. So this will be faced towards that way. Throttle cables will hook up right there. And already you could see the holes don't line up. But so basically I just got to figure out where I want it on this flange, and then figure out a way to mark it. I think figuring out a way to mark where the holes need to be drilled is the hardest part. And we shouldn't have to tap the threads or anything. It's aluminum, so if you just thread the bolt in, if the drill hole is a little smaller than the bolt, it'll just make its own thread. So just gonna figure out how to mark this and then be able to drill the holes. All right, so he's got like a little thick piece of paper and we're just trying to rub a quarter on it to get like the outline of the throttle body, because we can't actually figure out where the holes need to be with the throttle body on there. So this little paper should make it easier, and yeah.
It's a good thing you got a thick one. It'll be hard with a small or a thin one.
all you had to do, you probably just figured it out. All you had to do was just look at this little notch. And after rubbing it down with the quarter, we had to get a knife and basically just cut out the holes. So we cut out the 4 bolt holes and the center hole where the throttle body has to line up, because if that's not centered, then your the plate is gonna hit when you hit the throttle. So everything needs to be lined up perfectly. And then since we have these holes cut out, this will make drilling a lot easier. So we're gonna grab the drill in a bit, get those holes drilled out. Look how dirty it is in there. Look in there. And honestly, this is really the last hard step in my opinion. This was pretty easy, drilling these holes out bigger. This, kind of hard, but it should work in the end. It's still a little whatever, but the point is, it's close. But the point I'm trying to make is, this is a closer up of that one. Because what he does is he takes the stud. All right, about to drill the holes. That's the other problem we don't know. We don't know where to even go down to. Yeah, I'm not really too confident in this, but there's only one way to figure out, so we just gotta keep trying. I think the goal we're going for here is to drill these top 2 ones first, make sure that those are lined up, and then we'll be even more sure that these bottom 2 will be lined up. Make sure it's centered in the hole. That hole looks kind of big.
Whoa.
Looks like you made a big mistake.
I made 3 of them.
Just not familiar with all that sucking power.
Not big enough.
Probably one bigger. Okay, so the hole's not big enough, so we just gotta keep drilling it out, keep putting the bolt in. All right guys, so a little update on how we're doing with the manifold. We got the holes drilled out all for the side that's gonna bolt up to the back of the head. These are just drilled out a little bigger. And then the progress that we made so far on the throttle body flange, we got all 4 holes drilled out. We got this one with the threads tapped. All I had to do was just drill the hole out and then spin the bolt in there. And since it's aluminum, it kind of just makes the threads itself. You don't have to sit there with a tap and die set. And I just used the OEM throttle body from the original manifold. And then for this side right here, I also threaded this one in as well, but I decided to use the stud. So we kind of have like an alignment pin. And this is from the D17 as well. That helps us put the gasket on there and helps hold the throttle body on there while we bolt up the other 2. And the 2 ones right here, these just had to be drilled out a little bigger, and then we'll just run a bolt and nut to clamp those down. And this is the paper I've been using pretty much to simulate the throttle body. So all we have left to do is there's this hole on the throttle body, which means we have to grind down some of this with a Dremel bit and grind some of that material down so we can get some flow from the throttle body into here. And then the throttle body will be all done. We still have to figure out a way to get our map sensor hooked up to right here. And then we're also gonna close this hole off as well. And we should be good to put this thing on. But I'm still gonna do a quick mock-up so we can see how the fitment is doing. And lucky for me, I already have my AC deleted, so you can see these lines are cut right there. Because if you still have your AC, you're gonna have some trouble putting this in and this little notch hitting your AC lines because they loop around that way, but we don't have to worry about that. Gotta like tilt it down first like that, and then just slide it on to our studs. That's why you want 3 studs at the bottom. And then we got our throttle body right here. So we're just gonna go ahead, slide this on, not really bolting anything down. Just wanna see, like I said, fitment wise, how we're doing. Gonna be a little tilted up more. We got coolant coming out of one of these hoses, that's not good. So fitment wise right now, it'll be more linked up like this. It's looking pretty good. It's looking like our throttle body's gonna clear everything. Manifold's clearing everything. Then we just need, obviously, our fuel rail, all that stuff. And this should be good. It's going really good right now. I honestly had some worries about this and didn't think it would be this easy, but it's actually going really smooth and I'm liking the swap so far. And we're getting ready to grinding down for the throttle body Dremel bits right here. And we also got the
Makita router that goes up to 30,000 RPM because we do not have a Dremel.
Yeah, we don't got a Dremel, guys, and this is probably the next best thing. It would be terrible if we use a drill. So this has enough RPM to get the grinding down pretty good. And it's aluminum, so it's still soft metal. Shouldn't take too long to cut through. And he's getting some practice on this wood right here. He hasn't used it in a while. and he doesn't want to mess up the manifold, so. All right, so we're cutting the pit package open right now. He's got enough practice. You know, you always want to practice before you grind down the real thing. You know, the bit's not long enough to shove it in that far.
Cut. Just a standard router bit. The shank fits. The shank on the Dremel bit was too small.
Yeah, the other shaft was too small, so you got a bigger shaft.
Yeah, the other shaft, it was just going into like a hollow hole. You know what I mean? This one stuffs right in there.
Nah, I mean, guys, I think I got a piece of metal.
All right, so he already cut a little bit. Some metal was flying into his eyes though, so he's got some bigger safety goggles, but doesn't look too bad right now. We're just hoping we get it all done. Let me see it. Let me see it.
Thought you was filming the whole time.
Yeah, you messed it up bad. Look, you even got the edge. You messed it up really bad.
All right, thanks, Isaac.
Okay guys, so I think he's done grinding it down now. He did a really good job grinding it in my manifold.
Yeah, he's always been good at grinding.
And only one mishap happened, but we got a little sanding thing right here that we're gonna hopefully fix that issue with. Kind of went all around the place and he scraped up the throttle body flange. So that's not really flat anymore. So we just gotta spend some time sanding that down, get the surface all smooth, and then the whole throttle body should be good. We just have one thing left to do for this, which is make our own throttle body gasket. Okay guys, and another update with how far we've gotten on this manifold is this little EGR port right here that was slid in just like this. I went ahead and popped that out because I'm actually gonna be filling that hole because we're not gonna be using the EGR. So I picked up some epoxy super weld and we're just gonna fill that hole, let it cure overnight. And the way I was able to get this out was I just got a socket, no extension on there, but I just got the socket and I just hit it with the hammer. And it popped out eventually. So I also had picked up a file as well to file down where we used the Dremel bit because it wasn't really smooth after the Dremel bit went over it. So that helped smooth it down and we should have some good airflow into there. And the thing we need to work on right now is hooking up our old map sensor to our new manifold. So under here I got 2 O-rings on there because I picked up some O-ring assortments. So we got 2 O-rings on there, so it's a snug fit because the hole's kind of bigger than the actual sensor. And we just need to drill a hole so we can get our screw into there. All right, so we're about to drill the hole. Hopefully we don't mess anything up, especially with how far we're in. It would suck to mess something up now. All right, so we got the hole started with our first drill bit. It was a really small drill bit. We don't want to, you know, drill the hole too big at first. Make sure it's centered and everything. So we're just gonna step up the drill bit and hopefully it all works.
What the heck?
What the heck? What, dude?
It's like twice as...
His shaft isn't big enough?
He's just talking about the car.
Yeah, it's a shame you're so mature.
Okay guys, so the original screw that we had is completely stripped out, so we're trying to cut another one down to this size so it'll work. Alright guys, so we got the epoxy weld out, epoxy super weld out. Dad's gonna mix it up. Gotta mix it up. We got the hardener and the whatever else, steel. So we're gonna mix that steel and hardener and then plug this hole right here. We got tape on the other side, and if anything, and if it's not smooth at the top, we'll just grab some sandpaper and sand it all out. All right, guys, the epoxy super weld is on there, and we're just gonna let this cure overnight and come back in the morning. Okay, guys, so it's the next day now, and we let it cure overnight, so let's take a look at it. So looking on this side, it doesn't look too bad, honestly. Now, it's not completely flush at the top. Once it settled in, it kind of went down a little bit, and some dripped out on the other side. But as you can see on this side, it's filled up pretty good. We got our stuff all in there. EGR is blocked off, but before I go and hook the throttle body up and put this in there, there's one other thing I have to mention. Now, if you look back here, there's a hose on this coolant line, and we're just gonna go ahead and pull this off because we're gonna be running this line from the thermostat housing right here all the way to this coolant pipe. Okay, so, oh fuck, it's getting on the connector. Shit. I figured out that I kinda gotta do like a F1 pit stop right here. I gotta take this hose off, slide this one on really fast because coolant just, all of it just comes out. Now, probably would have been a smart thing to drain it first, but I'm trying to save as much as I can, so about to see coolant go everywhere. There we go. All right, I only spilled fucking all of my coolant. Then just move our clamp back down because we don't want any more coolant coming out of here. There we go. All right, now we can throw this manifold in there. Also, the intake manifold gasket I'm using is a D16 one. It says Zerg. I just got it off eBay. It was like 30, 40 bucks. And it's a thermal gasket. So we got the intake manifold mocked up in there, and also the throttle body is on, so we can kind of see how everything's gonna be. But unfortunately, we don't have our whole fuel system set up. We're gonna be upgrading that since we're gonna be getting a tune soon as well. And we wanna run this thing right. We don't wanna run it too lean. We don't want it to blow up. So we're waiting on the stuff for the fuel. I also, unfortunately, wasn't able to pick up the throttle body gasket because I was just gonna make my own, but no local shops had anything in stock that I wanted to use. So we're also waiting on that as well. But for the most part, everything is complete for this manifold swap. And thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned if you wanna see more of this turbo build.